What's going on, black and white entertainment fans? It is John Matrixx, and I'm coming to you with another video here, folks. And before we get into today's video, check out the new merch. We have the official black and white entertainment shirt, Matrixx Rhodes, a black and white network shirt. I'm going to give you 15% off if you use the discount code Gina Rots. I'll actually leave the link for it in the description, as well as a pinned comment, folks. Let's get into this. Let's get right to it, man. Gran Torino 2008 movie Clint Eastwood is now canceled. It is being canceled by its own star, Bee Vang, who was the co-star in the movie alongside Clint Eastwood, is now come out and he's ripped the film pretty much. Now, I find it kind of strange now that he would actually come out now at this time and denounce the film. But you know what? I guess I'm not too surprised, because this is 2021 and we're in the midst of the most woke time in human existence. Everything is canceled. Everything is offensive. You guys saw my video yesterday. The Muppets, they are offensive now. It's gotten completely out of control, folks. It really, really has here. Bee Vang, I believe he has actually come out and made these statements here now because his career really hasn't taken off and gone anywhere. Since this film debuted in 2008, I think he only has like 4 other credits to his name. But anyway, let's go into this and look at this article here. And it says Gran Torino star Bee Vang criticizes film's racial slurs, mainstream anti-Asian racism is what he's calling on this, okay? But let's go into this article now. And it says it's been more than a decade since Bee Vang starred alongside Clint Eastwood in the 2008 film Gran Torino. And by the way, folks, that was a really good movie. I really, really did enjoy Gran Torino. It is one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies. But let's continue on. But Vang is speaking out about the film's role in furthering discrimination. Amid the rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans across the country, Vang, 29, who played the lead role of Tao Lor, denounced the film's repeated use of racial slurs, as well as the audience reaction to harmful stereotypes in an opinion piece for NBC News published Wednesday. Directed by Eastwood, Gran Torino tells the story of an unlikely friendship between a racist Korean War veteran, Walt Kowalski, and a Hmong Ting Vang. Hmong people are a Southeast Asian ethnic group mainly from southern China, Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. Quote, at the time, there was a lot of discussion about whether the movie's slurs were insensitive and gratuitous or simply harmless jokes. I found it unnerving. The laughter that the slurs elicited in theaters with predominantly white audiences, Vang wrote, and it was always white people who would say, can't you take a joke? Now, let's go to the racist things that were in the movie. Walt Kowalski in the movie, the whole point of the movie is, yes, he's a racist guy. But you know what? By the end of the movie, man, he actually gave his life for that kid. I mean, he was dead at the end of the movie because this Hmong gang was actually trying to go after going after Tao in the movie. And Walt Kowalski ended up giving his life. He died to protect Tao. So it just shows you, this movie, Walt actually goes from this racist old white man to somebody that tried to protect this young Hmong kid. And yes, there was a lot of racist slurs thrown in the movie. It was. But that was the point because Walt Kowalski was racist. That's just the way he was. So I'm not saying that, people should be walking around in real life, saying the things that Walt Kowalski was. No, I don't think anybody is going to say that. Now, here's a good example here, folks. I remember the 1988 movie Mississippi Burning, okay? And that had Gene Hackman and the guy's name is slipping my mind right now at the moment. But that movie was based on real events, and it took place in Mississippi with the KKK, and 3 civil rights leaders were actually killed by the Klan. There was a lot of racial slurs in that movie. Watching the movie, was I offended? No, I wasn't. But I didn't expect people to actually go around and start spewing racial slurs. It just doesn't happen. You know why? Because 95% of all people, man, they're not racist. They're just not. So I believe he's really doing this, for his career, because he doesn't have one right now. I really, really do believe that. So for him to come out and say this now, I guess he figures he's going to get more people on Twitter to be on his side, because Twitter is offended by everything. And maybe he's seeing that everything today is offensive to many people. But let's go on here. It says, Vang says that anti-Asian rhetoric disguised as good-natured humor is the reason he is unsurprised by the recent uptick in racist incidents against Asians, including the death of 84-year-old Thai immigrant Vicha Ratanapadi in January. I don't know if I actually pronounced his name correct. Violence against Asian Americans sharply increased in March as COVID-19 began spreading across the country. In New York City, police data shows that there were 24 anti-Asian hate crimes related to the coronavirus between January 1st and November 29th, 2020, compared to just 3 anti-Asian crimes in the same periods in 2019. Quote, Gran Torino may have elicited the crisis in Asia that birthed our dysphoria and many others across the Pacific. But more concerning was the way the film mainstreamed anti-Asian racism, even as it increased Asian American representation. The laughter weaponized against us has beaten us into silent submission. Now, folks, obviously I'm not Asian, okay? Obviously not. But he said it himself right here that this movie was the birth of anti-Asian racism, a movie that he starred in. He believed that people watching the movie all of a sudden became racist against Asians from a movie. Is he serious? Okay. I know that there's racists out there, folks, but trust me and believe me. Those people that were racist, they were already racist before Gran Torino even came out. I don't believe that a movie like Gran Torino is going to flip a switch in people and make them say, you know what? I don't like Asians. Let me go out there and beat up Asians and kill Asians. I'm just not going to buy that. I'm really, really not going to buy that, folks. Quote, to this day, I'm still haunted by the mirth of white audiences, the uproarious laughter when Eastwood's racist character Walt Kowalski growled a slur when he says gook, slopehead, egg roll. It's a harmless joke, right? Until it's not just a joke, but rather one more excuse for ignoring white supremacy and racism. Nobody's ignoring white supremacy. Nobody's doing that. Walt Kowalski in the movie, like I said, he was a racist old white man. It doesn't make it okay for people to actually go around, saying those things. And I don't believe this movie, and I don't believe he's actually trying to I believe, cancel Clint Eastwood with this. I really do believe he's trying to do that because Clint Eastwood made this movie and he starred in the movie. So that's essentially what he's saying here. Really. And he says, quote, I no longer wonder what people mean when they ask me, why can't I take a joke? COVID-19 has removed all doubt. Wow. Wow, man. I don't know what else to say about this guy, man. I can tell you this, man. If he believes that a movie from 2008, he's going to let this movie affect him for the rest of his life. I thought he was good in the movie. I really did. I didn't walk out the movie thinking, you know what? I don't like Asians. I don't know anybody that walked out the movie thinking we don't like Asians. The people that were racist when they came out the movie, they were already racist before, man. Believe me, they were already racist before. Those people are losers. And it seems like, he's really trying to ruffle the feathers, of race relations. And that's wildly dangerous. I've talked about that before on other videos too. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white entertainment fans, Bee Vang trying to cancel Gran Torino and Clint Eastwood. He really is. This is absolutely ridiculous, folks. I mean, he's 29 years old, man. I guess he's caught up, in the woke thing that's going on right now. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Entertainment, and we'll catch you next time.